this methodology is called the contract, because I have figured out there is kind of a contract between the speaker and the audience. And I've been really looking into when is it that I feel that I'm suffering when I'm in the audience? When is it really hard to keep seated and not just discreetly and silently just move out? And I realize it's when this contract is broken. So I'm writing here, contract. And over here is audience. So, what is it that you as an audience need to do when you go to a presentation? What's your part of the contract? Coming with the most precious thing that you have. Something that usually most of you don't really have enough of. Right? And you're giving it to the speaker. So this audience, I'm writing here, intentional attention. That's what you're coming with. And that is pretty much the biggest gift that anybody could give anyone. So that's your part. Now I'm here as the speaker tonight, so I need to do something to match up with this beautiful, sparkling gem that is here in the room. And tonight we're even so many, so it's like, wow. What is my part of it to match up with that? And the key is, if I don't keep my part of the contract, the intentional attention will be dissolved. Because we have an intention about attention. But when the presentation is not engaging, when it's not fulfilling our expectations and our needs, and actually even if it's really good, that's how the human brain is. So I have some extra tools in my tool set, some extra things I can hand out to try to really keep engaging and keep throwing out new things and keep asking. But still, so even if you're really intentional, it's going to be hard work for you to keep it up. Right? And so that's why you have one thing, and here we have 5 different things that the speaker needs to do. Yeah? First thing, duration. Duration. How long is my speaking time? Right? Again, if you think back about what I said about you coming here with your gem, with your most precious, precious thing in your lives, I need to respect that. And so one of my primary responsibilities is to respect this gem that you're coming with and keep the time. It sounds easy, but you know what? If you think about it, if you think how many people who don't respect this, it isn't that easy. So, next part of the contract is called synthesis. It's the opposite of analysis. Synthesis is being able to take a big chunk of material and synthesize it, thank you, so that it is appropriate for the time that you had. How many times have you heard a speaker say, well, really, we should have had 5 hours because we only have 2 and then rush it? Yeah? So actually, that's not professional speaking or presentation. My task is actually to whatever context I have, however little time I might have, and however big my passion is, for whatever it is, my task is to make it digestible and well adjusted to the allocated time. Very often when I go to professional talks, it feels like somebody's kind of jamming up my jaws and then they're just pushing things down as if it's a tube. And, and then we go, one more PowerPoint. And it's like, I sit there feeling like these geese for, they do the liver thing, the geese. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. No. But you know, it's really, the feeling is being force-fed, okay? And that is because he or she has not done the homework of synthesizing. The next one is preparation. And it's so obvious. You think it's almost odd to even put it there. But I have heard a lot of time people come up in front of a group and then they say, I'm so sorry, I didn't have time to. And just because of this and suddenness and this and that, because of that, this and that, it's not going to work. My recommendation, if you need to talk somewhere and you're not prepared, at least don't tell them. Give them the illusion that you have prepared. Because what you're pretty much saying to them, if you're saying you haven't prepared, you're saying, you are many people who are giving me the most precious thing you have in your life, and I haven't even done the homework to make sure that that's going to be valuable for you. It's a pretty disrespectful thing to do. We live in the information age. We are all flooded by information. We are very selective. You have all been selected by coming here tonight. You were thinking something along the line of, I'm going to meet some nice people, it's going to be nice, and I'm going to go away with a few tools that I can use in my private life or in my career, and it's going to be valuable for me, and I will feel enriched somehow. If not, you wouldn't sit here, because this is a Thursday night in the middle of a month. You have plenty of things you can do, right? So my job, again, is at least to have considered, how do I prepare for this? To stand in front of many other people who listen to you and be unprepared? No, you don't want to go there. Honesty. Whatever you do when you're up here, don't lie. And don't make up things that you're not really feeling. When it comes to communication, you know, there's a lot of experiments that have been done around when I'm talking right now, how much of what I'm doing is coming to you through your stomach brains as nonverbal communication, and how much is just the words, like the verbal communication. I can tell you the nonverbal one is the winner. The nonverbal one is the one that you will always believe. Since we are very small when we go up, we learn that we believe what we see, we don't believe what we... When I talk, my whole body is my vehicle. That's why it's much better to do like this than to stand behind this one. Do you feel the difference? When I stand behind this one, all of that communication gets translated up here. Let's say that you have a WebEx meeting. All of this gets translated into just how I use my voice. Is it comfy? Is it aggressive? Do I have breaks? Am I nervous? Etc. Right? So the more we can use this tool of vehicle, the better it is. And believe me, unless you're really professionally trained, you cannot say something with your mouth that you're not believing and not have, it's called microsignals, not have it come through. The students who run up and say, how can I sell something I don't like? It's like, if you can't get authentic, you can improve a little bit, but you can never really be a hit. It's just not going to work because your body doesn't believe it. You can't step into it. So the more you can arrange these presentation situations so that you can really step into it, the better they're going to be. And that part of the contract I can't change. That's just the way it is. But then we can tweak a little bit. Yeah? I have one last thing I want to have on the contract, my fifth thing, and that is just open questions, right? And that is flexibility. And we've been talking a little bit about it. We've been talking about what do you do if you get all these questions and that happens. And again, if you want to go to the opposite of flexibility, you know these people who call you and you can hear that they have a script and they just read it to you? Yeah. It's not really interesting. It's the same when we talk. When you sit down in a chair, how does it feel if you, just going through this and this and this and this and this? That's not personal. That's not engaging. That's not... The audience wants to feel this is special. I've given you my diamond. I'm present. I'm here. Give me something that I can really use in my life that's relevant. Make this moment special. That's the prayer of the audience. We bring that every time because every time we are interacting and really present, we have the opportunity to create a new meaning together, to do something special. We want that. So a part of not doing the script is being flexible. That is part of the reason we have people standing in front of us. Because if I send you an article with my best tips about public speaking, say, how to make presentation unforgettable, it might be really good. But tonight I've used a lot of your questions because I wanted it to be adjusted to your needs. Some of them I would never have even imagined, right? And because I'm here, I can adjust it. That's why questions are such a key for good presentations, because you want the audience to know this is special for me. And the more experience you have up here, the more relaxed you will be with how much you can really variate.